Okay, I need to talk about something that has been on my mind lately. And I have a feeling that maybe some of you can relate to this. I absolutely love buying new beauty products. I love discovering something I never tried before. I love seeing a new product online and thinking, oh my God, I need to try this. I love going into a store and looking at everything, reading the packaging, looking at the shades, wondering whether this product is actually as good as people say it is. And especially because I create beauty content, trying new products is such a big part of what I enjoy doing. I love testing things. I love first impressions. I love comparing products. I love finding something that suddenly becomes a new favorite. And there is something about opening a brand new beauty product that is so satisfying. But I recently realized that there is another side to this that I don't really talk about. Because while I'm constantly excited about new products, I also have this growing collection of products that are already open. And sometimes I look around and like, okay, how am I actually going to use all of this? Because it's not like I have only one foundation open, I have several. It's not just one mascara. There are multiple mascaras sitting around. And then there are blushes, powders, skincare products, hair products. And suddenly you realize that you have all these products that you've opened at different times, and you know that they don't stay good forever. And that is where I started feeling this pressure. Because whenever I open something, a little voice in my head says, you should finish this. You already opened it. You shouldn't waste it. You need to use it before it expires. And I completely understand where that feeling comes from. I don't want to waste products. I don't want to buy something, use it twice, forget about it, and then throw it away. That doesn't feel good to me. But at the same time, I also don't want my beauty products become a responsibility. And I think that's where I got a little bit stuck. Because something that I originally bought because it made me happy started to create this weird feeling of guilt. I would buy something new and be so excited to try it, and then almost immediately I remember, oh, but I already have 3 other products open. And then instead of enjoying the new product, I would start feeling guilty for opening it. And I thought, why am I doing this to myself? Because beauty is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be something that I enjoy. I don't want to wake up in the morning and looking at my makeup collection and feel like I have a list of homework assignments waiting for me. I don't want to think, okay, today I have to use this foundation because it's been open for a while. And I need to use this skincare product because I haven't touched it in 2 weeks. And I should really finish this one or that one. And I shouldn't open that new product because I have already too many things open. And suddenly I'm not choosing what I actually want to use. I'm just trying to manage everything. And honestly, I think that's where I realized that I had to change the way I think about my products. Not necessarily the number of products I own, but the pressure I put on myself to use them. Because I'm not sitting here and going to tell you that suddenly I'm going to stop buying beauty products. That's just not realistic for me. That's not me. I genuinely love discovering new things. I love the excitement of trying something for the first time. I also create beauty content, so testing products is literally part of what I do and love. So I don't want to remove that part of my life. What I do want to change is the feeling that every new product automatically creates another obligation. So I started asking myself a different question. Instead of asking, how can I finish everything? I'm trying to ask, what do I really enjoy using? And that sounds so simple, but for me it makes a huge difference, because maybe I have 3 foundations open, but there is one that I genuinely love right now. Why am I forcing myself to use the other 2 because they're just open? Maybe I have 5 blushes sitting there, but one makes me feel beautiful every time I put it on. So why shouldn't I use that one? And if I want to test something new tomorrow, why should I be guilty about doing that? I think there has to be some kind of a balance. I can be responsible with what I own without making myself feel bad every time I buy something new. And I also think I have to accept something that I really don't like accepting. Sometimes I'm not going to finish a thing. Sometimes a product is going to expire. Sometimes I'm going to realize that I don't actually like this item. Sometimes I'm going to have a product open for a while and then realize it's simply not for me anymore. And I don't think that automatically means that I wasted everything. Maybe I learned something from trying it. Maybe I discovered that a certain formula does not work for me. Maybe I realized that I prefer another product, and especially when you're creating content, testing product is part of the process. Not every product has to become an empty bottle. I think I had this idea in my head that if I didn't finish something, I had somehow failed at using it. And that's probably the part I want to let go the most. Because I don't want to measure whether I made a good beauty purchase based on whether if I could scrape all the rest out of the packaging. I want to measure it by whether I enjoy using it, whether I learn something, whether it made me feel good, and maybe if it become a favorite or not. And maybe sometimes the answer is simply, no, I didn't love it. And that's okay too. So I'm trying something now. I'm still going to enjoy new products, of course. I'm still going to test things. I'm still going to get excited when something new is coming out. Because honestly, that's part of the fun for me. But I'm also trying to become more aware of what I already have. I'm trying to actually see what is open instead of constantly forgetting about products and then finding them months later. I'm trying to give the things I already own a chance, but without turning that into a strict rule. Because I don't want to have another system that makes me feel like that I'm failing when I'm not following it perfectly. I think that is a good deal. No perfection. Not I have to finish everything, and not I can never buy anything again. Just be a little bit more intentional. Because I want to be able to walk into a store, see something beautiful, get excited about it, and enjoy this excitement without hearing in my head that voice saying, but you already have enough. And at the same time, when I look at the products I already own, I don't want to feel overwhelmed by them. I want to enjoy them. I want my beauty collection to feel inspiring, not like a storage full of unfinished tasks. And maybe that's the balance that I've been missing. I can love new things and appreciate what I already have. I can be excited about testing something new things and still make an effort to use up the products I have already open. I don't have to choose one or the other. And honestly, I think that's something I'm figuring out still. I'm definitely not sitting here and saying I've solved the problem completely, but I'm still going to get excited about new products. And I'm still probably going to open things where I have still other things open around. And let's be honest, I'm human. And I think now I'm at least more aware of why I do it and how it makes me feel why I'm doing it. So that's the first step. I don't want to stop loving beauty. I don't want to stop experimenting. I want to stay curious and want to have something which I love should not turn into something make me guilty. So that's my beauty dilemma right now, and I'm really curious if I'm the only one feeling this way, because maybe you're watching this and thinking, girl, I have 17 mascaras open right now. And if that's you, I completely understand. And answer me the question in the comments. Are you someone finishes everything like before opening another one? Or are you like me and somehow having 5 foundation, 6 blushes, 3 mascaras and approximately 400 setting powders open at the same time? Because if you're the second person, I think we might have a little bit of a problem, but at least we're not alone. So maybe we can figure this out together. Thank you for clicking on this video and watching to the end. Leave me a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.